Hello, what's up friends? Welcome back to a new game. Today we're gonna have in the bottom left spawning as the Blue Zerg player. It is a barcode, a sneaky barcode. We might know him under the name Reynor as well. As he's playing against Demauer. We of course know as Showtime. So a top level PvZ, probably the highest level of PvZ we're gonna get in Europe. One of the highest levels in the world. I guess Sero versus Showtime would be about as exciting as this, but in general, Showtime very powerful. PvZ and Reynor with some of the most interesting ZVPs in the world, I would say. Where he likes to play his already trademark, even though he's only been playing it for 2 weeks, his Lurker style. Lurker, Roach Ravager into Lurker, completely skipping out on Banelings ever since that latest Baneling nerf. Realizing that perhaps Lurkers aren't all bad. And here we are, basically. So you have Showtime opening up with a Nexus and with a very interesting gate. So many people know on this map, if you put your pylon over here, you can build a cybercore here and a gateway here, and that completely walls off this area with one little square in between. So that's a 2 building wall. So you might be wondering, well, if a 2 building wall suffices, why the hell is Showtime building a 3 building wall over here for it? Well, the reason is very simple. This pylon gives enough building spots, building vision, what do you call that? It allows you to build over here as well, meaning that if you build a gateway over here and later on a gateway over here, you completely walled off this area. On top of that, with another gateway down here and I think a cannon, you actually completely walled it off even if the rocks do go down eventually. So his early game wall might be a little slower to come down, but it's a large map. 12 pools are uncommon, link floods are uncommon. Basically most cheeses on this map are uncommon, so you don't need that really fast wall. But later on, having easy access to that full wall over there, it saves you a pylon, it saves you some time that you don't have to look at it. You just build a gateway over here and you get that full wall. Now we see a straight Stargate coming out of Showtime here, who seems to be going into the Classico, El Clasico of PvZ. A couple of oracles, maybe a Phoenix in there. Yes, Phoenix first, adapt. And then hopefully we're gonna see a fast third base with it as well. I hate seeing these Stargate builds with late third bases. They make no sense to me. I don't like them. I know some tosses are kind of fond of them, but some tosses also don't have the same brain size as me. So let's hope Showtime hasn't been, didn't drink the Kool-Aid of the 5-minute Nexus players, as that would be a true pity. Here we have the first Overlord shading. Well, shade, what am I saying? If Overlords would shade, the unit would really be very overpowered. Quick shade into the main base. Shade it out again. No, we saw these 2 adept shading. They're gonna be chilling over here for a bit. Probably in between minerals. And he could go in, but another thing he could do, which is not that common anymore, but used to be quite common, is you hide your adepts until you see links on your side of the map. And the moment you see the links on your side of the map, you shade him with the adepts and bang, you get drone kills. He needs to run back home, etc, etc. So I think that's going to be the plan here for Showtime, who is hiding these 2 adepts. First Oracle is coming out. Phoenix is out as well, already got a single Overlord kill. Now needs to start denying Overlords on the sides. We have 2 queens in the main, Spore over there, Spore at the third base as well, and we have only a single... Where's the rest of the queens? Okay, 2 queens walking towards the third as well now. So this is the most vulnerable base at the moment, with only a single queen. But also the most well defended when it comes to vision. He knows exactly, well, I'm not quite sure if he knows that they're over here, but he knows that they can't really be at the top side for now. Second Oracle joins the team. And then we're gonna have the ability to lift a single queen, and with the other 2 oracles start targeting down drones. So that's exactly what's gonna happen here. 2 queens moving towards the edge, making sure that this little trick can't happen. A natural good queen movement here coming out of Reynor. Also good Oracle movement. Is there still a queen over here? No, there's not. So very nice Oracle movement here by Showtime, who's gonna end up getting, what is it, 2? Yeah, only 2 workers. 3 workers. Alright. I thought he was gonna get more there, but I guess he already took a bit of damage on those oracles before, so not the healthiest anymore. I did end up going to 3 oracles. Oof, this is a late third base, guys. That really is a late third base. You see a battery coming down as well. Evo chamber on the way here for Reynor. It's also going into a Rose Warrant. So an Evo chamber, yeah. Ooh, +1 attack. Okay, so it's most likely going to be Lurker. Otherwise in Baneling styles, whether that's Roseling Bane or Hydra Bane, usually depend on melee upgrades. See a couple more drones coming down. 6 drones have gone down, but I mean the investment of 4 Stargate units, that's kind of the minimum you want to get, you know? We see Forge and Twilight going down extremely late. Gases haven't started yet. It's already 6 minutes in game. Sure, the worker count is good because he had continuous worker production, but his income is lacking a little bit because this base hasn't been active up until this point, basically. So right now we're gonna see what Showtime has in store for us. There's a second spore in the main base. Gonna lose 1 or 2 drones still, but not the biggest of a deal. Almost loses an Oracle there, but good control. Kind of clutch there coming out of Showtime. I mean, I think the Oracle phase at this point is kind of over. Man, this is a high worker count. 81 workers here for Reynor. How many units does he have? He has absolutely no units. 13 links coming out of Reynor, or in total. That's what Reynor has. See 3 more drones on the way. 84 workers. Doesn't quite know what's kicking off here. He did see, of course, 4 Stargate units, so he knows the next time is going to be delayed. 5th base on the way as well as the first roaches start hitting the field. 6 roaches are on the way. Creep. Oh my, this creep spread would scare the crap out of me. Some type of Queen Roach Hydra push or Roach Ravager push. I guess if you see the drone count on the fort, you know that's not going to be the case, but oh man, I would be scared if I were Showtime. Showtime, meanwhile, up to 4 gates only. That's not a low gate count. He's been building Immortals, hasn't he? Yeah. 2 Immortals really delay your extra gates. Every Immortal practically being 2 extra gateways, so every Immortal you build, your push is gonna be weaker and it's gonna hit later. We see 7:30 right now and still 6 gates on the way. Showtime is perhaps thinking about a push. He's not even considering a 4th base though. It's a bit yikesy against the Zerg that's already on 90 workers here. Second Evo on the way for Reynor as well. Infestation Pit Hydra then done, as well as Muscular Augments on the way. What do we have here for Reynor? We have 12 roaches and 5 Ravagers being more. 5 more roaches are on the way, so that's 2 Ravagers. The income for Reynor is absolutely bonkers though. 3,600 mineral income per minute against the 2.8k that Showtime has. 11 more drones on the way. After he sees this little push that Showtime decides, you know what, I don't think I can fight this. I think he scouted the roach. I was like, you know what, it's not going to be possible. See a couple extra Overlords on the way here. There's Overlord speed already. Perhaps we're going to see some Lurker drops. Not that popular, but still a very viable option here for Showtime, who is getting a 4th base at 8 minutes into the game. Double Hallucination Scout. No real vision on the map right now. Doesn't have his own tower. Sees the creep spread here being pushed forward very far. 96 workers here for Reynor. Also gets his carapace upgrades going. +2 starts before the +2 of Showtime. We have a Hive almost done. Lurker then about to finish up. So once that Hive finishes, we should be seeing some Lurker upgrades coming out of Reynor here, who trying his best here with the Ling run by to do some damage. Of course, Lings no upgrades. Zealots do have upgrades. Not gonna go too well for the Lings there. Oracle not doing much of anything here. No stasis being dropped. Very passive game out of Reynor with 98 workers. 3 more on the way. Goes up straight to 101 workers. Grooved spines, no, seismic spines. So the range upgrade here for the lurkers. 7 lurkers are on the way as well. I mean, aggression with 101 drones is pretty difficult to execute usually. We see an Overseer on the way here, and an Overseer goes into the scout. Now, this scout is meant to make sure that there's no fleet beacon, no extra stargates on the way. It's like, alright, let's see what you have. Oh, you have nothing. Cool. Still throws down 2 Spire though, doesn't give a crap about Showtime or his feelings. Seismic Spines halfway done. We see Showtime actually with a pretty scary army. Is there Storm yet? There is no Storm, but I don't think it actually matters. This is a pretty scary army here for Showtime. Don't forget, a lot of the supply of Reynor is in lurkers, or is in drones here. So this army actually isn't that powerful. 5 Immortals pushing forward. Force field, not necessary for lurkers. No, 3 lurkers go down. Showtime moves down into this. That's what, 6-7 lurkers? I think he might just be, he definitely is capable of moving. No. Showtime says no, he does not want to risk it. That's a mistake. That is definitely a mistake. That was... Reynor could not hold that position. We have 16 more Hydras on the way here. As well as a big Roach. I was wondering where the rest of his army was, but I guess it's all in this Roach attack and a lot in drones as well. Showtime is moving forward right now. Lurkers are falling. Roach counterattack is really not doing all that much here. Gets a couple of workers down, but that is it. Hydras will be able to kite back these Archons till all the way back to Amarillo. While continuously asking if this is the way. And Reynor says yes, this is the way to Amarillo. Every night I've been hugging my pillow. as Demour Showtime has this weird position on top of the ramp here where he doesn't really want to push down anymore. I think earlier he had an opportunity, but he doesn't now. +3 is on the way. 4th base is kind of mining 72 workers, not the hottest eco in the world. And so far the trades for Reynor haven't been absolutely brilliant either. So not the hottest eco for Showtime, but not the hottest trades for Reynor. So nice little balance in this game here with bad trades against good eco. Let's see what Showtime can do. He's going to move down into... No, he's not going to move down into this. I think that's a wise decision. You don't really know how many lurkers there is. There is these seismic spines at this point. We're going to see a rotation coming out of Showtime. Now, look at these rotations, how vulnerable that leaves this base. He has absolutely no vision on this entire left side. I'd be really afraid if I was Showtime here. He doesn't know how many lurkers there is, even though there isn't that many. The upgrades are good, of course. It's the lurker flank, or whatever that was, didn't really seem to work out, but there's only 3 lurkers, but these Hydras fight so well against non-storm. Big salad run by, or warping into the main, not really a run by. So just warp them in. We have a push forward here coming out of Showtime. 3 lurkers are in position. This is breakable. If there was a prism with this 7-8 zealots, all of a sudden this is a very different game. Lurker then does fall. Second lurker then is on the way already. So it's +1 on air, carapace, as well as attack. Storm is finally on the way here for Showtime. He was a healthy Immortal count, healthy Archon count, and here comes another run by towards that bottom base. Reynor finally starting to bank some money with that supreme eco he's had all game already. Gonna see a run by coming out of him, and not quite sure how prepared Showtime is. Is there any Templar? No, there's not. There's 2 cannons. Is there a battery? There's no battery. Is there a Templar? No Templar. So what really is here? There's 6 Zealot warpings and there's 2 cannons. 4 or 5 extra Zealots are being warped in, so maybe 11 Zealots against relatively small Hydra force. Hydra force that is also seems to be a move to man. Still gonna be fine though, as he does end up cleaning up all of these Zealots. We see upgrades 3-2 in favor of Reynor here. +1 carapace on the way, or sorry, +1 melee on the way as well. +3 carapace not yet started. And trades in total pretty close at this point. Reynor is a very good eco, of course. You see also investing a lot into the lake and already has these 2 extra spires in case of carrier. He's getting a Viper out. I was gonna say Vipers, I realized it's just 1. He's already getting a Viper out. +3 carapace on the way and still 92 workers, so big eco from Reynor here, who honestly is in a pretty decent spot here. Spores will be able to help out as well. What's the Hydra count here? 32 Hydras, 3 lurkers, 4 more lurkers are on the way. Just gonna be pushing for it, but I think the multitasking isn't going to be all that hot here for Reynor, as I mean, his armies are so small that I feel like he can't really be very aggressive with this at all. I'd much prefer this with a slightly lower eco. 80 drones, even 70, 75, 76 I think is fine. That way you're going to be able to get better trades, I feel like, just because your armies can be bigger. Now only 110 of army supply. Of course, Showtime's army supply is also not insane with 81 workers. He loves his own money, you know, he loves his money. What can I say, we all love money. What's all about. As Archons do end up falling against these Hydra lists. 1 Templar goes down, another Archon gets morphed. Is there an Observer with this? No, there's not. Meanwhile, we have small pokes coming from this direction. We have a Zealot run by onto this hatchery. Into being rallied back. Please tell me this is a right click. Yes, perfect. It's a nasty A move there. He's gonna lose a couple of Zealots. He's gonna need to clear this at some point. We see an Observer on the way. Observer already joining up here with this force. That's good. I'd love to see a mothership here, just for recall or time warp or whatever, really. As the army that Reynor is building here is gonna require something else to break. I don't think just pure Immortal Archon Templar will be able to do it. And a mothership with aggressive recall plays, with aggressive time warps is always very, very good. Ooh, that's a big stasis actually. Can he fight that? I'm not sure he can. What's the lurker count right now? 10 lurkers, 4 more on the way. 2 on the way as well here for Reynor when it comes to air. More stays on the way. So again, calms down a little bit. Reynor slowly but surely pushing forward. Probes are gonna die. 76 workers left for Showtime. 87 left here for Reynor. Stasis ward gets triggered. Second stasis ward also gets triggered. Single Hydra declared by Reynor. Learning from his mistakes. And he's in solid control of this game. There's two armies on opposite sides, opposing sides of the map, I have to say. Here we have a push forward coming out of the Mauer, who will be able to clear one base. Is he gonna lose something in return? I'm not quite sure if he is. I feel like he won't be. Decent storm on top of these lurkers. Hydras are gonna fall as well. This is a pretty scary army, honestly. There is spines here, which should be able to at least assist with the Hydras. Not only good in tanking, but also in creating a nice little natural choke over there with those rocks. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad for Showtime. We get kind of caught out with his army here. Recall's gonna end up losing 4, 5, 6. That was 6 immortals right there. Might have been 7. It was 9 in total, so absolutely useless information. Gonna end up losing at least one of the oracles. That's another revelation in, and now the game all of a sudden looks really bad. I mean, this army consists of 22 zealots. Reynor is still on a ramp. There is what, 9 more lurkers on the way here. Maximum upgraded lurkers. Gonna be a massive yikes for me here, guys. This doesn't look too good for Showtime. Sure, he managed to get back his supply really quickly, but his supply is completely worthless. It consists of so many zealots, and does have a lot of observers as well. Here we're gonna go flank. No, it's gonna be a run by coming out of Showtime. It's gonna try to force something back. Is there a single lurker here? No, there's not. So defenses for Reynor not in order, that's for sure. Slowly but surely he starts creeping forward with these lurkers. Tries to get this 6th base here out of Showtime. Well, Reynor himself is of course on 7 base already. Yep, he is. Bank indicating as well the economical lead that Reynor has enjoyed throughout this game. As a quick right click on this base is going to make it a 6 versus 5 base game. Viper joins in the fun as well. Whoop! Adios. Whoop! Adios again. 1 Archon, 1 Immortal getting grabbed by this Viper. Viper returns home, probably wants to leech some energy. 14 lurkers on the way, what the? 83 drones. So this is gonna be one hell of a lurker run by, honestly. This gets cleaned up, that's bad for Reynor, but he has plenty of money in the bank and the cleanup wasn't free. What's the income here? Income is relatively even, but we see Showtime having so much trouble maxing out already. How is he gonna manage? You might ask. He's gonna set up this base, that's gonna help. He still has 73 workers, but here comes Reynor once again with a big lurker force. You kill 13, 14 new ones, pop their little head up. 3-3 is about to finish up as well, so at this point a carrier switch or void ray switch seems nothing more than a pipe dream at this point, as I don't think there's any way that that's going to actually happen in this game. We see no defense on that top left base here for Showtime, so that should absolutely die to this Hydra run by. We still have 14 lurkers in position, and it's just lurkers, so it's not going to trade too well, but I think it's going to trade well enough as the Hydras are pushing forward. There's a lot of storms here. Oh my god, Reynor attacking the only base that's defended. That's actually not that great. That's a really bad fight. Luckily this fight did end up going well, but if he would have attacked the top left base, this game would have been completely over. Basically denying the only mining that Showtime is gonna have in the next few minutes. As we see, a lot of the bases are running low. I guess this base still has some minerals, but I don't think Reynor is aware of that top left base. He definitely isn't, or there would have just been sent, anything would have been sent there, like 3-4 Hydras. We've seen 11 Corruptors come out now, as well as a Viper. Now Corruptors could be used to clear this mothership. Also could be used to clear any other potential units. Do these guys have upgrades? No, not yet. +2 is on the way. Is there Adrenal? No, yes, there is Adrenal. So even though links are poorly upgraded, still going to be able to do quite some damage here. What's the lurker count? There is 6 lurkers. I mean, if these 6 lurkers get in position, they can feel way more powerful than just 6 lurkers, right? Interesting position. Tries to kind of push him back up to this ramp. Doesn't want him to be able to get a concave. Two Void Rays are going to end up dying for free here, basically. Another run by, good player by Showtime, who's quite persistent with these run bys. Of course, Reynor's micro kind of nice here, as 3 queens clean up 7 zealots. There's no overseer though, and no spore, so might be able to actually get something done here. Overseer gets more of the overseers come in as well. We're gonna see push out simultaneously. Yes, here we go, Showtime. Big plays by you indeed, my friend. For now, we're seeing a return to 6 bases for Showtime, and we still have we still have Reynor on 7. That was the mothership. You saw how useful it was. Remember when I said this is going to be real good? Well, put a nice little bubble over here. Did absolutely nothing. I'm glad he built it. Move forward here, coming out of Reynor, but I mean, honestly, this is. He's just trolling him at this point. You know, he's gonna pee on some of his buildings here. Dude, you even have the shadows of the pee. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Why can't I turn the camera? There we go. You see that? He even has color. Beautiful. Reynor moving forward. Couple of changelings being morphed. There's not enough left here for the Mauer, aka Showtime, who's still mining off of technically a base and a half. Anything here? There's some long distance mining going on here as well, but yeah, I'm having a very hard time seeing anything here. Seeing any possibility. Perhaps a base trade, I like it. There's a couple of spines here, a couple of spores will be able to take out those Void Rays. Is exactly what's going to happen. Is there Flux Veins? There's no Flux Veins. Is there Storm? Yes, there is Storms. Maybe with some good Storms, with a good fight, he will be able to do it. Now, of course, the problem I have here is that if there's Overseers with these Corruptors, these Observers might just be toast. If these Observers are toast, you can't actually see the lurkers anymore. It's one of the annoying things about lurkers, that you actually need detection. The base gonna fall +2 on the links, finally doing something in this game, and this is the 8th base here for Reynor, who's even been trading pretty well. You see units lost, Showtime is behind, and he's also been mining less. So honestly a very, very rough game here for Showtime, who's about to get blasted back to the loading screen, or to the lobby, as we say in StarCraft 2 terms, and I mean, this really is it. Getting absolutely destroyed at every single front there. GG gets called as Reynor took a forward base as well, which I missed. Kind of a manor hatch in a way. Congratulations to Reynor for winning that game. I'm very proud of you. If you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it does help me a lot. One of the two was gonna be right. No, wrong one. That one. Over there. Subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.